guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you yet another in the series of Vlogmas, which I'm excited to be filming, and this one is yet another Christmas video, but a little bit more of a chatty one. So as you can tell by the title, today I am bringing you the Christmas tag. Now this is one that I just kind of found online somewhere. I think it was maybe actually a one that Zoella filmed a lot of years ago with her brother, but I've kind of tweaked some of the questions a little bit just to try and like make this a little bit more exciting, make this quite current. And yeah, so if any of you want to continue this tag and film it for the next few days before Christmas, then feel free to carry this on from here. That would be amazing. I love seeing like kind of what everyone else's favourites are over Christmas. So I've got the questions all written down on a piece of paper in front of me. I'm going to go through them all and just answer them. And yeah, hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about what I love at Christmas time. I'm super excited for Christmas now. It's so soon. So let's get cracking with the questions. I'm excited to answer all these. Okay, so the first question is, when do you start getting excited about Christmas? Oh, this is actually quite a hard one because I guess it changes year to year. But this year I felt like I was starting to get excited for Christmas probably around bonfire night, because I had actually got time off this year to enjoy bonfire night, and then obviously a few days after bonfire night I was actually going to New York. And I knew that when I was in New York it was going to be quite festive and I was going to be doing some Christmas shopping and stuff like that. So I guess I kind of got excited earlier this year, earlier than usual, but that's because I knew what to expect in New York and I knew that they'd be putting the Christmas tree up and stuff. So I felt like I was ready for Christmas a lot sooner than December this year, but I'm definitely not complaining about that. I absolutely love Christmas, so getting excited for it a bit earlier is definitely not a bad thing. But usually it's probably around like the middle of November, the start of December usually, but this year it was definitely a lot earlier than that, purely because of bonfire night in New York and having time off work. The second question is, do you still have an advent calendar? Sad story for me. I actually don't have an advent calendar this year, and it's the first year I've ever not had one, which makes me super sad because I don't know, there's something about Christmas. You can be any age and you can have an advent calendar, and now in the world that we live in, they create advent calendars for all different kinds of interests and loves in life. Like for example, you can get beauty ones, you can get candle ones, you can get wine ones, you can get chocolate ones, you can get children's toy ones with like Lego in and Playmobil and all sorts of stuff. It's incredible really the range of advent calendars you can actually get. I literally do not own one this year. Last year I had a Yankee Candle one and a chocolate one, and this year I've got 0. So that's kind of sad, and I guess it's kind of like making me forget what day it is as well, because I guess when you've got an advent calendar you stick to the day and you kind of like opening the door each day so you know kind of what date it is. However, this year I feel like I literally just don't have a clue. I've got no guidance whatsoever, and night shifts make me extremely disorientated as well. So I feel like I've had no guidance this year as to what day it is, and I feel like next year I need to get an advent calendar to prove what day it is. Next question is, what is your favourite Christmas film? Ooh, I think I have 2, I'm not gonna lie. There's one that stands out to me in particular, and that is Home Alone. I am absolutely in love with Home Alone. Like when I start watching that at Christmas, I know that I'm getting like super excited. I know if I'm not festive before I watch that, I know that once I finish watching it, I definitely will be. I absolutely just love the Home Alone films. I can't explain why. I just think they're funny, they're festive. There's something about them that I absolutely love. It's mainly just the first 2 that I really like. So the original and then the Lost in New York, or whatever you call it. I just absolutely love both of them. We've watched both of them already, and it's like halfway through December now, so I'll definitely be watching them again before the festive season ends, that's for sure. And the other one is probably The Holiday, because I don't know, there's something, I like the romantic side of it, I like the soppy side of it, but I also like the story behind it, and I like how it's really modern and current, and there's snow and there's Christmas parties, and it's just really relatable, I think. So I just love The Holiday, and it's obviously got Jude Law in, and why would you not like watching Jude Law at Christmas, or at any other time of the year for that matter? Next is, do you have any funny Christmas memories? Funny Christmas memories. Let me think about this one. I've got a memory. I wouldn't, very conveniently right then, my camera just died, so usually it does that. It's so annoying. Now, like I was just about to say, I can't think of any funny memories that were funny at the time, but I've got a memory that I do actually remember from years and years ago, when we were we'd have Christmas at home with like our family and open our presents and things on the morning, but then in the afternoon we'd like go to my nan and pops or my grandma and granddad's or somewhere. And I think one year we borrowed my pop's car, which was like a really big Land Cruiser. We parked it outside our old house. This was obviously years ago because it was our old house. I remember we looked outside on Christmas morning and they were doing some construction work over the road, and they sort of had like those metal barrier things right around the construction site to obviously like block it off and stuff and protect everything that was in there. And we woke up Christmas morning, looked out the window, and one of the metal barriers had actually fallen down on Pop's, the bonnet of his car, and actually dented it and was right in it. So we had a bit of an experience on Christmas Day with the police being involved and a broken car and all that sort of stuff. So I guess that was not funny at the time, but when you look back, you're a bit like, oh my gosh, typical that it would happen on Christmas Day. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that was kind of a funny Christmas memory. Oh, I've got a really good one actually. I used to have a hamster called Rosie years ago. At Christmas Day, obviously everyone comes around and stuff, and Gary's dad actually came around. So Gary's my stepdad. His dad actually came around and I told him that I got a hamster and things. So I got that hamster out and I was about to hand it to him, and I was like, oh, she's so lovely, she's so friendly, she never bites anybody, she would never hurt a fly. And I went to pass it to him, and as I passed it to him, she latched onto the end of his finger, bit him. He went like that in fright, flew the hamster across the room. She landed on the table and was just sort of standing there like, and he was bleeding, like blood was spurting from his finger. It was so dramatic, but it was so funny at the same time. Just the way I kind of was like, don't worry, she won't hurt you, and then did that. It was ridiculous. But yeah, that's definitely a funny Christmas Day memory. I forgot about that one. Okay then, so the next question is, talk us through your typical Christmas day. Nothing is going to be typical about this Christmas Day because I'm actually doing an early shift on Christmas Day, so I'm working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but that is my career, that is what I've chosen to do, so I definitely can't complain. Like, I knew that that would be what would be involved in my job throughout my life. But typically on Christmas Day, if I'm at home, what usually happens is it'll be about 6:30 in the morning. Kill me now, I know. My youngest brothers, Matthew and Jake, usually just Matthew now because Jake's getting to that age sort of where he wants to stay in bed, he's a teenager and all that sort of stuff. He actually comes in, he wakes me up at about 6:30 and we kind of do the rounds. We'll wake James up, we'll wake Jake up and etc. Usually it takes us a little bit of time to get to my mum's room because me and James have usually been out the night before, so we're usually feeling a little bit worse for wear. I speak for myself there because James doesn't get hangovers, but I get horrendous ones. So we'll go into their room, then we'll sit and open our stockings with everybody, and then after that we'll go downstairs, but we have to line up at the door because Matthew is obsessed with going into the front room first because he's the youngest. We go into the front room and Gary will put like the music on the TV and we'll put the Christmas tree lights on and stuff like that, and we'll all go to like our places where our presents are. It's usually me and James on one sofa and the other two on another sofa, and then Mum and Gary and the dog will usually be on the ground watching. So then we all open our presents together and then we do tree presents, and then after the tree presents everyone kind of goes their separate ways. Gary will go to the kitchen and start preparing dinner. Mum will get ready and start tidying around and stuff. I'll get ready, James will get ready, and usually the boys will go and play with their stuff and watch TV and just stuff like that. Then I'll probably take a couple of hours to get ready, using all my new stuff, straightening my hair, having a shower, using new products, getting some new clothes on. And then after that I'll go and set the table. It's usually tradition for me to set the table, but I'm not going to be there this year. So yeah, that's usually what we do. Then after that we'll eat dinner, have some drinks, then people will come round in the afternoon and we'll have like our traditional things that we do, which I won't mention because I think that's a question soon. But yeah, we usually have cheese and wine in the afternoon and Prosecco, and Simon will come round, Laura will come round, Poppy will come round, and everyone will just be together. We'll watch a bit of TV, listen to some music, play some games, just general stuff like that. And then usually everyone will just sort of slope off or fall asleep in the evening. But it's, yeah, that's usually the typical Christmas day in my house. Next question then is, what do you eat on your typical Christmas day? So starting from the morning, does this include drink as well? I'm going to include drink in this. So we usually start off with like a cup of tea, Bucks Fizz, stuff like that. And then I'll get ready and things. There'll be lots of chocolate involved throughout the entirety of the day. We also start usually with a bacon sandwich as well, something like that. Gary will make like bacon sandwiches in the morning, and then just to kind of set us up for the day because we don't usually have dinner till like mid-afternoon. And then yeah, like about mid-afternoon we usually have the starters. So I usually have smoked salmon and prawn on the same plate because I'm a bit greedy like that, and because I love smoked salmon and I love prawn. But we'll also have smoked salmon, prawn and soup for people who don't like either fish options, and there'll also be like warm bread buns and things like that on the table. And then for dinner obviously we have like turkey, pigs in blankets, Yorkshire puddings, mashed potato, turnip, you know, all the standard sort of Christmas dinnery sort of things. And we usually have another meat as well, like I think we had beef last year, but I'm not entirely sure, I think it was beef. And then for pudding we usually have like a selection of puddings, like there'll be Christmas dinner because it's traditional. And then there'll be usually something like chocolatey and something usually like a meringue based sort of pavlova-y sort of thing. So that's usually quite typical. And then in the evening we have cheese and biscuits with like chutney and stuff like that. We'll also have like Prosecco throughout the entirety of the day. That is like an essential for Christmas Day now, Prosecco. There'll also be lots of other drinks flying around as well. People who don't like Prosecco, like beer and rum and stuff like that. And that's usually about the bottom and top of it really. We usually eat lots of chocolate, lots of sweets. That's about it. I don't really think we eat much else, but then that's a lot, to be honest. So yeah, that's usually what we eat throughout Christmas Day. Do you have any Christmas traditions? Tradition-wise, I would say that we have kind of developed a couple of Christmas traditions now as we've kind of gone on. Tradition number one is that every single year, without fail, I dress my dog up, much to their happiness. Obviously, this year we don't have poor Mr. T, so bless him, he's got out of it this year. But we do have Betty, so I've bought her an outfit, which I'm super excited to see her in because she's going to look adorable. So yeah, that's definitely a tradition, is dressing up my dog, of whichever one it is at the time. For the last 6 years it's been T. Now, from now on, it's going to be Bets, so she's got it for the next however many years of her life. So that's a tradition. And another one is that usually every single Christmas I will buy kind of dress up equipment of some description for the family, and we get like our family photo in it. It's usually just us kids that get the photo. It's not us kids, I say, I'm 24, not the adults, but we usually get it sort of like with everyone wearing the prop or whatever. So last year we got like these placemats that you plugged into your nose and it kind of had like an ugly mouth over it. So like bearded mouths and funny faces and stuff. So you've probably seen them, but there was loads of like, we did them last year. And then the year before last year was face props. So we had like glasses, red noses. You'll have seen face props before. So we got them. And then this year I've actually bought some, but I'm not going to tell you what they are because you'll be able to see them on Christmas Day. And I don't want my family to watch this and find out what they are either, because I'm really pleased with them and I'm so excited to see everybody in them. They're going to look so good. So that's definitely become a tradition. And I guess another tradition is kind of for me to do the table every year, but this year is obviously an exception because I'm not there. So someone else is going to have to take my place, which is sad. Probably my mum. But yeah, so I guess there are 3 traditions of Christmas Day. The other tradition is that we have cheese and biscuits in the evening, but then I guess that's everybody's, and in the evening sort of like all the other halves come round and we have Prosecco and stuff together, so that's nice. Next question is, which are your favourite Christmas songs? Now, I have had much deliberation of this question, and I actually had this conversation with Simon the other day, and I decided upon 3 Christmas songs which are my favourites. First one is The Pogues, because I just love that song. It's such a good song without sounding too Christmassy. It's just a really good song. I really like it. So there's The Pogues, Last Christmas, because I just love that one. Years ago, fun fact here, I sang in a talent show at school in year 8, so I would have been about 13, and I actually sang that song with 3 of my other friends at the time in a talent show, so I kind of know all the words to it now, and it's kind of just stuck in my head. So I just really like that song, so that's definitely one up there as well. And the final one is Band-Aid. Any of the Band-Aids, I absolutely love them. I don't know why, I just really like the actual song. And I also like watching the videos and seeing which celebrities are in it and stuff like that, because obviously the most recent one was like Zoella and people, so it was quite like One Direction, so I mean, come on. So yeah, they're definitely my 3, The Pogues, Last Christmas and Band-Aid. Love them. Next question is, what is the best Christmas present you have ever received? This is actually a hard one because some of the best Christmas presents I have received have probably been animals. Like when I was younger, me and my brother would we really wanted guinea pigs. So one Christmas morning we woke up and got told to go outside, and there was like a massive guinea pig hutch outside, like huge, like it had 2 stories. And there was 2 guinea pigs in it, so that was definitely one of our best Christmas presents, was when I went outside and saw that we had pet guinea pigs. Another was when I was younger and I wanted a hamster, and I think it's my first ever pet I got, and there was a hamster behind my grandma's sofa, and that was for me on Christmas Day, so that was another one. And another one was probably when I got home one day and found a letter on the sort of like hearth thing in front of the fire, and there was a letter off Santa telling me that he'd booked me in to get my ears pierced. So thank you, Santa, for letting me have my ears pierced. So they were probably 3 of the best presents, which seem really ridiculous because although you get so many nice presents nowadays that people have put so much thought into and cost so much money, if anything stands out in my mind, it's probably those presents as a child. Obviously, I've received some incredible presents over the years, like amazing handbags, laptops, TVs, cameras. Cameras have definitely been some of my favourites because, I mean, cameras are my life, evidently. They always have been as well. Yeah, probably them, really, to be honest, which is quite... I don't know, just proves what I'm like. I guess just love my animals, don't I? Final question is, real or fake tree? Now, a while ago I probably would have said a fake tree because they don't make any mess, they're easy to put up, you can put them away, they're reusable, you can change them around every single year, so it doesn't mean that because you've got a fake tree it has to be boring and the same every year. You get it out, you can change the baubles around, you can change a decoration on it, and you can use it for years and years. So that in some ways they're really, really useful. But this year I've kind of fallen in love with real trees, and unfortunately we don't have one. So I bought the mini one that you might have seen on my vlog, which is actually outside at the moment, outside the front of our porch sort of thing, with some really nice like multicoloured lights around it. But that's kind of inspired me that next year I really want to get a real tree, because I just love them so much. I love the smell, I don't know, I just really want a real tree next year. So me and Simon have said that that's what we're going to do next year. So to be honest, although we have a fake tree, I would probably say that real trees are my favourite at the moment. And I would like that tradition to continue as well. I really want to go and like pick a tree and choose it, bring it home, put it up, all that exciting stuff. So that's definitely going to be something for the future. You never know, it might be a tradition next year. That's it for this Christmas tag video. I really, really hope that you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about sort of what I do at Christmas, what I love and things like that. And I would love to read about what you guys have been loving too. So if you want to just answer these questions down below, that's absolutely fine. But if you feel like want to go ahead and make your own video like this, also link that down below. I'll head over and check it out. I'm trying to get myself in as much of the festive spirit as possible, considering I'm not going to be around on Christmas Day for most of it anyway. Please be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up for me, click the subscribe button. I really hope that you have the best Christmas ever as well, and get lots and lots of very, very good presents, eat as much as possible, indulge as much as possible, and just enjoy your family time really. I certainly will be when I get home on Christmas Day. Like I said, don't forget to like all my social medias and things like that as well. It means the world to me. Stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget about the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye! Mwah.